So anyways, that's just a little tip, I guess, tip of the day there for that. Let me see. Does the black hunter have a warranty? Yes, our black hunters do have a warranty, a 1-year warranty. You must keep the receipt that you get with the bow, stick it in your dresser drawer somewhere, just keep it. That way you'll have that, and if you have any issues at all, not the strings are not warranted, and there's no strings anywhere that have a warranty on them that I know of. But as far as the limbs and the riser go, yes, you have a 1-year warranty. Back to the other thing here, where we were at the very beginning, with all these other companies manufacturing these bows now, and a lot of these bows are being shipped straight out of China to the United States. I have no clue what their warranties are on something like that, and I do know this much: just to ship a bow back to China, if you did have a warranty issue and they would accept it back, you're looking about 60 to 70 bucks, and I can pretty much guarantee you they're not going to pay that coming back to them. So that's something to maybe keep in mind a little bit with buying directly from China. China's always hard to compete with. You know, they manufacture the bows right there. They don't have shipping costs like we do here to the United States. So it's always harder to try and, you know, compete with them over there. But it's just something that you always should keep in mind a little bit about your warranty. Have we had a lot of issues with this bow? Actually, I would say no, as far as the amount of bows sold, at least our bows. Other black hunters out there with these names just splattered on these bows, I don't know. I don't know what kind of issues are going on. Our bows, we've had about 10 bows out of 250, roughly about 250 bows that have had some issues. No riser issues at all, very durable riser. I wouldn't expect any problems there at all anyway. Most of the issues have been, I believe there was one that had a limb tip issue, and the rest are in the fade out area here, which would be very common for delaminations. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. We don't want to see any delamination problems. But this is just something that kind of goes with archery. Even your custom bows that are very expensive bows that are purchased around the world can have delaminations and do. 10 out of 250 would be actually a very low percentage, comparing them with even your custom bows. Some of your custom bows have more than, would have more than that come back to them. So that's the situation with the warranty. Here's a fella. He asked me if he bought his black hunter somewhere else, can I help him with his warranty? And the answer is no. I'm sorry, we can't. That bow has to be purchased from us because, like I say, now there's so many companies over there producing this black hunter name that we have no clue who it is, and there's nothing we can do about that. So remember to save that receipt from Twig Archery on your bow so you have that warranty. Anybody else who has purchased one online somewhere, some of these big internet companies, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I guess you're on your own. And then also, like, I've actually had a few people who wanted to know if maybe I already mentioned that, but if they bought the bow somewhere else, would our limbs fit on there? I can't really guarantee that either, because there again, too many manufacturers now. It's not like it was when the bow first came out. But anymore, it's getting a little carried away because of the popularity of the bow, and you got all these manufacturers. So anyhow, that's kind of the deal on that there. Why do our bows cost more? Well, our bows cost probably a little bit more than you would directly from China, mainly because of shipping reasons. The bows are manufactured right there. We take more time with the bows. We put them together, put them on a bow scale, check the bow out, and just make sure, you know, things are decent. Have I caught a few over the years? Yeah, I have. I've caught a few that I wouldn't have sent out, and I didn't send out. They went back to the manufacturer. Whereas there again, you buy online, you're just getting something that's thrown in the box. So that all governs into the price. Time to put on the cat whiskers. I know it's not a lot of time on some of this stuff. The nocking point, put your scale on there, your square for that, and we include about a $13 stringer. So it's just that satisfaction that you get from dealing with a pro shop, I guess it would be a thing too. Because we've had a lot of people that have contacted me, and I know what's going on. I'm not, you know, I wasn't born yesterday. They question the heck out of me for a half an hour on the bow, and then they go and buy the bow online somewhere right straight from China and hope they're going to get a good one. So I kind of know what's going on. We're here to help people, and most guys that are really into archery, they know that. You know, we've got a lot of customers over the years, and that's why they keep coming back to us, because they know they're going to be happy with what they get. If they're not, then they contact me and we go from there. Okay. Next question was, why do our bows, the black hunters, come with bamboo limbs? Well, there again, the reason first I'll go back to this point. Originally, the black hunters came with, I would say, about 90% maple core in the limbs. About 10% of them had bamboo. Nobody even knew that. Everybody just thought they were maple. Nobody even looked at them, the core of the wood, because there's nothing wrong with maple to begin with. But more and more guys in the United States prefer to have bamboo because it gives you just a little bit more zip, a little bit more speed of your arrow. So I contacted the manufacturer and asked him if it was could they possibly put in bamboo, all bamboo in the core of the limbs, and just do away with the maple for us. And they said, yeah, fine. Yeah, that was right up their alley. I kind of figured it would be, because I know bamboo is a little bit easier to get in Southeast Asia than maple. Maple has to be imported into China, as far as my understanding of that is they have to import hard rock maple. Now all these other bows that are being manufactured under that Black Hunter name out there, the copies or the clones or whatever you want to call them, I don't know. I don't know what they're putting in there. I've heard a few guys say, well, they got bamboo in them. Well, maybe they do, some of them now. Maybe they found out they're the same thing. They realize, hey, we just throw bamboo in there. Or they've learned from the original manufacturer, bamboo. We'll put bamboo in there. We got it right here. It saves us money. So that's kind of what's going on with that whole situation there. Okay. Well, I guess that's about it. I've covered quite a few things here now. I'm sure something will pop into my head afterwards. That maybe somebody had asked me or I wanted to say, but we know how nice the bow is shooting, and I guess the only thing I'm just saying is be careful where you buy the bow a little bit. Make sure it's got a year warranty on it, and that's that. And a great shooting bow, and I am in the works right now at Twig Archery. We are in the works of testing a new recurve model that I'm hoping we're going to be able to get going here and have them in by the first of the year. A little bit different, very nice shooting bow so far from what I've seen or tested on the bow, and nice looking bow, and I think you might enjoy looking at. So just kind of keep an eye out for that on our website, because it'll, once I get them in here, we'll get them on there and get them posted. It won't start out with a huge amount at first, maybe 30, 40, 50 bows, somewhere in that neighborhood, to see how things go with the bow. But I kind of have a feel for bows, just from dealing with them for my whole life. I know kind of what guys are looking for, and it's got to be a decent shooting bow for me. And I mean, that's it. It's all about the looks are nice. You can't compete with a custom bow nowadays. They're beautiful. I've owned my share of them. They're nice. They're beautiful. They shoot great. But if I can get a bow that's a quarter of the price, somewhere in that neighborhood, and shoots just as nice, and maybe it doesn't look quite as nice, but hey, when I'm hunting with a bow, you bang it around a little bit and you get scratches, so it's not a big deal. It's all about where the arrow goes for me, and how the bow feels. So that's the most important thing. And if I can find a bow that's $250 or under that can shoot just as nice as a $1,000 bow, hey, I'm all for it, and I'm going to go for it, because I still feel that a lot of these bows, I know there's a lot of work going on with these bows. I build custom arrows, so I know there's a lot of work that goes into this kind of stuff. But a lot of people can't afford $1,000, and if they can get a nice shooting bow for $250 or $200, they'll go for it. And I understand that, but I'm not going to just take anything in here at Twig Archery and try to push it and sell it if I don't like it myself. I mean, it's got to be a nice shooting bow, or I'm not going to carry it. We won't carry it. So I guess that's it. I guess while I got you here, one little quick thing here. I had a guy who questioned me on the bow quiver, on the rubber grips here. Had big arrows in there, like me right here. I got some wood arrows in here. If I were to go to small arrows here now, these grips aren't going to hold well. Arrow's going to want to slide out of here. So he asked me what I do, and I said, well, the best thing I found out, what I've done, and it seems to work pretty well, is you take the quiver off the bow, take your arrows out, and this piece down here will be separate from the top. You take these rubber grips out, there's 4 of them here, you just slide them out, there's a tractor in. You slide them out, put a little C-clamp, I've got quite a few of these little C-clamps. Put a little C-clamp on there and squeeze that thing all the way shut, as tight as it'll go. Take a hair dryer to it and run that hair dryer over it. You got to get them pretty hot, both sides, flip them over, get it hot, feel them a little bit, see how hot they are. You don't want to melt them, you don't want to burn them up, you know, but you got to get them hot. And go back and forth, and then once you get them pretty doggone hot to the touch, just leave them clamped up for the night, and in the morning or next day, take your clamp off and put your little rubber grippers back in the slot, put it back together, and I'll pretty much almost guarantee you your smaller diameter carbons or aluminums or whatever they are will fit in there much tighter then, rather than falling out. So it just shrinks that rubber down is what it does, and it seems to work pretty well. So anyhow, I guess that's about it for today. I think we covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. So anyways, keep an eye out on our website for that new bow coming around January 1st, hopefully. And remember to shoot twig and score big, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for being here today.